Good evening. Thank you, Madam President and trustees, members of the community who are joining us this evening. We wanted to begin by just making special mention of Miss Jenny Hartog, who has volunteered at Lawton Elementary School for 25 years. If you've not heard about Jenny, she is celebrating her 90th birthday this month. She has consistently read to the students in Miss Siley's kindergarten class. She reads once a week and helps Miss Cook's fourth graders become better readers. And then she also reads to the kindergarten class. Last week, the students and staff celebrated her 90th birthday with the school-wide parade. So thank you, Jenny, for sharing the gift of your time and undivided attention with the students you serve at Lawton Elementary. This video is on our AAPS News website, and you really must take a minute to watch it. She's doing wonderfully, you can tell. I enjoyed on Monday evening, along with the 3 executive directors, sharing with PTO Council. And I just want to say how much we appreciate Miss Jill Anthony Stevenson and the leadership of PTO Council, and how much we appreciate partnering on the programs. This program was to preview what choices parents have in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. And so Ms. Dawn Linden, Ms. Jazz Parks, Mr. Paul DeAngelis previewed elementary, middle school, and high school opportunities in the district, and certainly told them when all the dates are coming up for kindergarten roundup and all the exciting things beginning in January. Monday, a week ago, I just wanted to give a shout out to a group of our teachers and non-certificated professional employees who've been meeting with me every month to really problem solve and improve our work in special education across the district. And I just wanted to give them a shout out along with Ms. Concetta Lewis and Ms. Leanne Dickinson Kelly. We just appreciate that partnership and that regular time to focus together. Trustees, it's all happened behind the scenes, kind of quietly, but we're so excited to share that so many on our team have been working overtime in the Ann Arbor Public Schools for over previous weeks to prepare to give to our students in the community. And so I just want to thank all of the organizations and all of our teams who have adopted families for this holiday season and will be providing holiday gifts for children that otherwise would not receive any. Trustees, you have, unless you've been there to see it, it's just hard to imagine how huge these operations are. The largest program with which we work is called The Magic of Christmas, and it's led by Debbie Williams-Hoke, former U of M athlete and pro golfer. In partnership with the Ann Arbor Police Department, this program this year, right now, is providing gifts to 260 of our students this year. Families are recommended by a school administrator or by a teacher or by a social worker, and each child submits their own personal wish list back in October. Volunteers in the program worked so very hard to get each child exactly what they want. They go to a lot of effort to get the size right, to get the color right, to get the brand of tennis shoes right. I mean, they do it all. And they also provide for each child the practical items of the winter coats and clothing as well. I want you to know that tonight, last year, they were so privileged to use the Kiwanis building downtown, and it takes up the whole area. They have in the past also used the U of M Golf Club. This year, they are staging at Freeman School, and my understanding, I haven't been out there yet, but there's just not a square inch of room left at Freeman. It is covered in gifts for our children. And so they are out there tonight, a big team of folk, wrapping the gifts. And I just want to reach out and thank all of the volunteers who helped to shop, wrap, and sort. In addition, I want to thank our Durham school partners. They will be lining up the buses. So wrapping is tonight, wrapping and organizing continues tomorrow, and then Friday our Durham School Services team lines up the school buses. They will be filled to the top, and they will actually make the deliveries at the schools. So that will all happen on Friday. Special mention and thanks to Michigan Power Rodding, who are also providing gifts to several families, 14 employees at the company, and they each adopt a child and provide the gifts that are on the wish list. And Power Rodding has been with us for many years on this. And then also tremendous appreciation to University of Michigan Ross School of Business, who provided also gifts for 15 children. In addition, they donate coats, hats, gloves for many more of our students who may need them throughout the winter season. The school teams often keep those hats and gloves because about 3 weeks after winter break is when a lot of students will lose what they have and then need more. So many thanks to all across the community. I got to be present for the drop-off one day a couple of years ago, and those drop-offs from the minivans coming through, it's just so rewarding to see the trunks piled high in our community giving. I look forward and just want to share, trustees, each year to Holiday Pops with the Symphony Orchestra. This year it is this Friday evening. Our choral groups sing right alongside all the other performing groups. I know that the tickets are scarce now, but there is no better event, and we'll be tweeting out live from that event because it's just so darn much fun. Okay. I want to share what happened at Ann Arbor Open this morning. What a tremendous way to start the day. This morning marked a historic event, a first time ever event in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. For the past 30 years, in what has been called the Oscars of Teaching, the Milken Family Foundation has rewarded and inspired excellence in the world of education by honoring top educators around the country with $25,000 in unrestricted awards. Milken Educator Awards target early to mid-career educators for their already impressive achievements, and more importantly, for the promise of what they will accomplish in the future. The Milken Educator Awards are not about glitz and glamour. They're about bringing attention to our classroom heroes, serving as validation, motivation, and inspiration to current and future quality educators. So today, there he is. We're proud to announce and congratulate Mr. Chad Downs, teacher at Ann Arbor Open, for becoming the latest recipient of this remarkable recognition. First ever in the Ann Arbor Public Schools and the only one in Michigan this year. Mr. Downs is the most deserving award winner. He dedicates his energies daily in exemplary service to the students he serves. As a partner on his team at Ann Arbor Open School, his work consistently enriches our children, the Ann Arbor Public Schools, and community. We are proud today of this fine educator, and we thank the Milken Family Foundation for their work to honor Mr. Downs in the Ann Arbor Public Schools and to bring attention to worthy contributions in the profession of education. And I'll tell you, trustees, and I thank the trustees who were able to get there. I know that it was on fairly short notice, but I think every person who believes in education left that situation today feeling better about education and about the contributions. On hand to celebrate in the award presentation were Dr. Jane Foley of the Milken Foundation. I was able to see the video where she presented yesterday in West Virginia, and then flew directly here, presented here, and I'm just curious, have no idea because it's top secret, of where it could be tomorrow. So how exciting for us. We were delighted to have interim state superintendent Sheila Alice. What a delightful state superintendent who believes in teaching and learning. We also had Eileen Weiser, State Board of Education, representatives from Michigan's U.S. Congressional Delegation, previous Michigan recipients of the award, Mayor Taylor, Howard Lazarus, City Manager, Ann Arbor Public Schools Board of Ed trustees, and members of a cabinet, as well as Jill Anthony Stevenson, PTO Chair, and Rebecca Lazarus, incoming trustees. So a great morning, and I'm just so delighted and so grateful and so very proud. This evening, we began our evening with a reception at 5:30 to honor our two trustees who will be completing their service here at the end of December. I know that trustees, in due fashion, you have another meeting next Wednesday. So just because we did the reception doesn't mean your work is concluded, but I do want to give just a few remarks, and then would like to show the video so that our community can appreciate it as well. So Trustee Patricia Manley began her service in the Ann Arbor Public Schools at Jones School as a student. She followed that by becoming a teacher, an assistant principal, a teacher, a counselor, assistant principal, principal, and has served most recently on the Board of Education. You would think after 41 years of a career that most folks would want to hang up their hat. Not Trustee Manley. She's served faithfully over these 4 years as a member of the Board of Education. She served on the Performance, Finance, and Governance Committees, and most recently has served as the chair of our Planning Committee. Trustee Manley serves in many other roles in our community as well. She served on the Michigan Theater Board of Directors and the Ozone House Board of Directors. She's a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Delta Psi Omega chapter and has served as its president. She received the Distinguished Service Award from the Ann Arbor branch of the NAACP and also serves as its education chair. She also has received the Eugene Power Achievement Award from the United Negro College Fund of Washtenaw County. We're so proud and privileged to have served alongside Trustee Patricia Manley. We can't say enough how much we appreciate your service. Thank you so very much. President Christine Stead is the parent of two Ann Arbor Public Schools students, and she has dedicated 8 years of service to the Ann Arbor Public Schools, almost 9 years. During her tenure, she served as vice president, and prior to coming to the board, served, was it Team 7? Is that the number? Team 8, excuse me, on the Finance Committee of the Strategic Plan. She also was known before her time on the board as having revived and really brought back as a player the Ann Arbor Millage Committee, which has gained and won and given support to the district over many millages, over millions and millions of dollars. President Stead, in addition to a role on the board, she has served as our president. As the board's president, she has served as on finance and on governance. She has advocated at the state level. No one knows the financial numbers better than President Stead. She's also the founder and CEO of Headlamps Advisor, LLC, an Ann Arbor consulting firm focused on the healthcare industry. Previously, she was an executive strategist for Blue Consulting and has also served as a principal or partner in several other firms. President Stead serves on the board and the executive committee of Huron-Waterloo Pathways, a nonprofit dedicated to helping expand Michigan's network of non-motorized trails. I would say, Trustee Stead, how very grateful we are for your service. Thank you. And to both of our trustees, your absence will be deeply felt. And the nature of the work on the board is that we work really hard together. And then at some point that changes. And yet I want you to know we all wish you the very, very best in your next chapter. And we know that the loss is all on our side of this change. We are going to see this video, and I do want to say we do meet again next week. So I know everybody's excited about a meeting on December 19th. In fact, you have several meetings, trustees, before the end of your year and your winter break. But I do want to share, because this may be the last time some folks engage with us, that our district will be on winter break beginning December 24th through January 4th. Students, we will miss you every single day. We hope that you have a happy and restful and safe holiday season and a very happy new year 2019. And now we'll share the video. Thank you.
Board of Education Trustee Pat Manley and President Christine Stead's combined 12 years of service on the board is only a small measure of their commitment to the Ann Arbor Public Schools. Manley joined the school board after serving as a teacher, coach, counselor, and principal in the AAPS for over 40 years, while Stead's commitment to education in Ann Arbor also includes serving on the strategic planning effort and leading campaigns for funding education in the community. They focus on children and the immediate and long-term benefits a quality public school system offers our community. Their advocacy efforts on behalf of public schools has been felt in Lansing and here in Washtenaw County, with community-supported millages and a bond issue helping to place the district on solid financial footing, even as state per-pupil funding remains at levels from more than a decade ago. Manley instead worked with the rest of the board to pass policies that have now been upheld by the Michigan Supreme Court to keep our children safe and guns out of schools. Their work has led to a reduction in suspensions in the AAPS and enhanced the environmental sustainability of the district. Program enhancements supported by Manley and Stead have revitalized the district, with A2 STEAM at Northside, the International Baccalaureate offerings at Mitchell, Scarlett, and Huron, expansion of early child education options, creation of Pathways to Success Academic Campus, additional world language offerings, and more. Meeting the programming needs requested by the community has led to enrollment growth and a stronger district overall. While the board acts together as a single body, each individual trustee plays a unique role in the overall success of the team.
When I think of Pat Manley, I think of an educator, champion for children, classroom leader, and education innovator.
I appreciate the fact that someone who is a former school administrator recognized the importance of serving on the school board and brought that experience to the board table. It's extraordinarily important to understand the complexity of the educational enterprise, and to have her voice at the board table added value to the conversations both in Ann Arbor and when she participated in our county-wide efforts as well. And so I'm grateful for her service.
Trustee Manley has done such important work over the course of her career. Of course, doing the day-to-day work with the children as a principal for years and years, as a teacher for years and years, and then with her service on the school board. Her constant focus on making sure that the district did everything it could to make sure that Ann Arbor's children, Ann Arbor's students were served. Her service is inspirational.
Well, Pat never comes to the table unprepared. So that means that every page in her packet of information, you can rest assured that she has not only read it, but she's researched a part of it she is not quite as familiar with. And when she takes her seat at the school board, you can rest assured that she's there very prepared. She's one of the most caring individuals that I know. In fact, Pat can find good in the least of us.
When I think of Trustee Manley, I think of dedication to the children and young people in our community. I think of someone who's passionate about the education of all children, and when I put that emphasis on all, especially making sure that low-income and underrepresented minorities get the same good treatment as the other children in the schools.
Pat, I learned from you how to understand the passion that I brought for children and combine that with your skilled knowledge of what it really means to work inside of a classroom and to lead a school, its parents, its students, and its teacher and staff population. You are an inspiration and a mentor to me, and I will look forward to that continuing in the future.
When I think about Christine, I think about someone who's an advocate and passionate about our community. She's always thinking about the best interest of our students and our staff and our facilities, while being realistic about the costs and the challenges that we have for our schools.
She's taken an active role in public advocacy on the school finance situation and making a very clear and compelling case that it's not just about adequate funding for our students, but it's about the funding necessary to ensure that we have an exceptional educational experience.
Trustee Stead in her service, I think of the care with which she approached her job, the focus on the students and the organization, making sure that everything that she was always working on, everything that the Ann Arbor School District could do was for the betterment of the children and the betterment of the schools and the community.
She worked as hard on the things where the odds weren't as good as she did on the easy stuff. I think of her work on the finances of the district and her leadership on committees and on the board as a whole as being key things.
And when I think of her, I think of happiness and sincerity.
One of my fondest memories of Christine was when I was at a disciplinary meeting, which can be very emotionally charged and difficult. And I was really struck with the way Christine spoke softly and kindly and gave the highest aspirations to the student in a time that was really hard. And that's a hard thing to do for adults sometimes. And so to me, that just showed her true nature. And the student went on to do great things in Ann Arbor schools.
When I think of Christine Stead, I think of a woman of strength, intelligence, a true leader, a woman who cares for her whole community. I had the privilege of coming onto a board that did not lay off any teachers during the financial crisis and had worked to stabilize the district. And to join with those board members who saw the tough times and now were able to innovate as things got progressively better, Christine Stead led those efforts, led the innovation. Christine, I'm so proud of you and so honored to have served and learned at your side.
We at City Hall work with the school district all the time on matters of common importance, and none are more important than student safety. Whether that's working with the schools on the gun case or with the vital promotion of pedestrian safety, it's been terrific working with the district and of course with Trustee Stead and Trustee Manley on these incredibly important issues.
We can't help but think about the many times where they were both courageous to make difficult and painful decisions that were made for the good of the district and for the long-term sustainability for the district. They were thinking about children. They were focused on children and on a quality educational experience for each and every child on every day of school. And so Trustee Manley and President Stead, we wish you all the very best. And we say from our hearts, on behalf of the children and the staff in the Ann Arbor community, thank you. Thank you. I just want to acknowledge Andrew Cluley and Scott Nadeau for the great job they did on that video. Thank you. Yeah. And I failed to honor her out in the reception, but it worked out okay because she was busy in here working to get ready for our meeting. But I just want to thank Miss Amy Osensky, who is in charge of celebrations in the district, and she did a great job getting us ready, along with Michael Hogue and many others who carried equipment and broke a sweat getting ready for that event. So thank you very much. Trustees, it is an honor to serve in the Ann Arbor Public Schools, and I thank you for the opportunity to share the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Swift, and thanks to everyone that, well, this just reflects the kind of team that we have here, really. So thank you to everyone that was involved with preparing that. You guys do an amazing job, and always the test is, are there tears? That's Andrew, the measure we hold Andrew to. If there's tears for every video he makes, then it's a success. And I think you were wildly successful today, Andrew, so thanks for that. But thank you truly to everybody that does this kind of work to honor everyone that's involved in our district. And we see this caliber of video often from our team, and I know we will continue to. So thank you.